In a previous video, I combined two incredibly dangerous solutions, one being relatively acidic and containing metal ions like nickel 2+ and iron 2+, and another being relatively basic and containing what I assumed was a lot of aluminate ions. And so when I combined them, I got a solution that kind of looked like this, and after leaving it out for a while, it ended up looking like this. So this has been sitting here for about a week, and I've got this really interesting little fluffy sort of solid forming at the bottom. Now the solution is orange, very much like the initial basic solution that had aluminate in it. And so I'm thinking that I had a lot of excess aluminum, at least in comparison to how much nickel I had, which could mean that this is just a bunch of aluminate again, which is why it's a bit orange. Or it could be some kind of iron, and that could also be why it's orange. This fluffy material is probably some sort of aluminum hydroxide, and I'm actually going to test the pH to sort of determine that. If this solution is basic, it's probably going to be some kind of aluminum hydroxide. If not, it might be an iron compound. Okay, interestingly, it's a little bit acidic. It looks to be around pH 5.5, which is actually really interesting. So I'm not sure if aluminum hydroxide can precipitate at pH 5.5, but if it can, this is probably what that is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take this fluffy solid, I'm going to put it through a coffee filter and try to filter it out and see what it is. Though I should probably get a bigger beaker for this. Big chungus. There we go. What we can first do, however, instead of filtering instantly, is since all of the solution solid seems to be on the bottom, what we can do is we can take a second beaker, just like this, and also we can take a stir rod, just like this, stick it in here, move this away, and we can try to decant the solution. Haven't disturbed it too much. Solid. Now it looks like we're getting to the solid. So that's enough decanting. Now we can take our same stir bar, mix this around, nice and good. And we can start to filter it. We can pour in the final amount of liquid. Now that I'm pouring this out, I do notice a little bit of a green tint to this liquid, which is pretty interesting. So, okay. Now that that's all done, we can just sit back and watch the filtration occur. You can see that after a substantial amount of time filtering, we actually did get a pretty good amount of liquid forming here. Or liquid getting filtered out, I should say. In the end, this is what I was left with. And obviously you can't really see very much of the brown solid down there, but if you look closely, you can see that there's actually some brown stuff beneath all of those sort of white crystals. And I'm gonna try to take it out and put it onto a watch glass here, but it appears to be basically completely solid. Okay. This is really interesting. Yeah. There we go. Now you can see the brown solid a bit here. And again, I don't really know what this is. I'm guessing this is some kind of ferric compound, maybe some sort of ferric hydroxide, but I mean that solution was a little bit acidic as we saw before, so really I don't really know what it could be. The rest of this is probably some sort of, well, the rest of these crystals, which sort of have a yellow-green tint, are probably some sort of combination of like nickel hydroxides, other nickel compounds, probably nickel chlorides because they've sort of dried up here. Yeah, some mix of nickel and maybe aluminum compounds. Oh, and this is the final solution that came out after filtering. So you can see it's pretty clear, still contains that little orange tint to it. And yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.